Had a 2-0 lead, but the Trenton Titans have tied it up here in period number 2 on a goal from Mike Hall, and that's where we stand right now as they still try to sort out the penalty time on the scoreboard. I think that penalty time clock has had a little bit of a bugaboo, but you can see Titans will have a power play. And don't forget, kids can celebrate a riveting birthday with a Titans and Clash. 3 new birthday packages for the season. And what better way to enjoy your birthday than to invite a Titans player to your party? Yeah, that's right, a Titans player. Packages start as low as $110. Be the envy of all your friends and celebrate your birthday with the Titans. For more information, call the Titans at 609-599-9500.
Was that ZZ Top?
It might have been. A lot of rock and rollers in the building tonight.
Mick, I don't know what was called, all I can tell you is they're skating 4-on-4 right now. But Whitchurch just came out, so now it's a power play for the Titans.
5-on-4 for Trenton. Brule at the point. Gives up now for O'Brien. Back to Brule. Had a shot. Go off the skate of Irwin. Dwayne Harmer cannot clear. Yes, he can. As Eric Brule goes back to pick it up. Now Benoit Moran comes across the line. Tries to get it ahead for Hall, who's blocked off by Dwayne Harmer. Sokolsky couldn't control, and now Brule brings it to the blue line. Rolls it in front, almost redirected by Whitchurch. Whitchurch behind the net.
That shot was originally intended for Moran to redirect. He missed it, but Whitchurch, just behind him, almost got it on a second chance.
Now Whitchurch fights off a hook. Hall and Whitchurch kind of play catch behind the net, but a little too close. Picked off by Jamie Sokolsky and cleared.
Exactly, make a little too close. That 5-foot pass is not needed. Open it up.
Oh, great pass, and here comes Bertoli. Pulled down. There's going to be another penalty. The puck is in the slot. It is knocked away, and we're going to get a call as Bertoli was walking in all out, and he's pulled down.
I had to stare at the official. I wanted to see if he was going to call a hold or a penalty shot. He's calling it minor for holding. I had to look because he did have a step on his player, and he was going directly into the goaltender.
Well, Pete, I think the real thing that's the telltale sign here on a great pass from Brule is that you'll see Bertoli gets the shot off.
No, it's not.
Not really.
No, it wasn't Bertoli who got the shot off. It was Spadadorfa who got the shot off. But great pass.
Well,
watch Bertoli right down the middle as he's tackled.
You're right.
By Slovic.
That could have been a penalty shot because I thought he actually rolled that puck to the net, but it was Spadafora who got it there.
The other thing you have to remember is you have to have complete control of the puck when you're going in directly at the goaltender. At that point, when he was pulled down, the puck had rolled off his stick, so it was the right call by the official to call a minor for holding. But now, 5-on-3 advantage for the Titans.
Time to make some hay while the sun is shining as Sergei Nomov faces a 5-on-3 against.
Let's see, Mick, that's what speed can do for you. Bertoli burst through the middle, took that fine pass, accelerated right down the slot. He caused the penalty by his great effort.
The big guns are out there. Bertoli along with St. Hilaire, Cale McLean, Sergei Skrobat, and Paul Spadafora. Skrobat winds up, goes off the pads and wide. Back to Skrobat at the point for St. Hilaire. Finds Sergei, lets it go, redirected in front, broken up, but let's stay in the zone. Yes, Skrobat keeps it in, close it, winds up the zone, and it goes wide. And the Titans back pass will keep it in. It is Bertoli. Bertoli looking for a player to come out at the top point. It is St. Hilaire straight away for Sergei Skrobat. McLean shot almost knocked in by Bertoli on the rebound. Now Skrobat has it at the point. Back to the side of the net as McLean shot goes wide. Trigen Energy power play here, 5-on-3 for the Titans.
A lot of patience here by the Titans.
That one goes off the side of the net.
5-on-4 now as Greensboro gets a player back.
Skrobat at the point, still a Trigen Energy power play with a one-man advantage. Cale McLean trying to thread the needle for St. Hilaire. It gets through. Has it on his backhand behind the net. Spadafora wants to get it out. Spadafora to Skrobat. Broken up, and here come the Generals. 5-on-4 in the Trigen Energy power play. There's a penalty. No. Yeah, he called a trip from behind as Mike Sylvia was going on in. He was pulled down from behind, so things will even out here.
Skrobat had to take that penalty. Sylvia beat him down the side. Skrobat, an offensive type defenseman, sometimes cheats too much up, doesn't get back in time. He hustled back to get into the play, but he had no alternative other than to use his stick to take him down. There we see his pass across, gets redirected. Now here's the pass to Sylvia. Now watch as he comes in. Skrobat's going to dive, chop a mound right there. And you know what? If that puck went in the net, that would have counted as a goal, because even though it was brought in by his body, it was not through his own effort. It was the penalty by Skrobot that caused Sylvia to fall down. If that puck, including the player, everything went into the net, that would have counted as a goal.
Yeah, it kind of becomes a deflection off yourself.
Exactly so.
So now Brian Regan will see 4-on-4.
Regan really hasn't been tested here in the second period. We're 12, 13 minutes into the second period. I don't think he's had more than 2 or 3 shots.
2-2 game, 7:57 to go here in period number 2. Stu Botker wins the faceoff. As Botker out here. And there is a nice hip check as Botker is upended at center ice, but he's going to pick up the puck and come on in. Oh, Botker's shot knocked away by Sokolsky on defense.
Mick, that was both great and dangerous. Great open ice hip check like that, but whenever a player gets hit just on one leg, many times it injures a knee. Botker very luckily and very happily got straight up.
Puck will roll through and the icing is called. Hurt a knee. Sometimes you come down on your head.
Well, that's only if you're certain players. I don't want to mention any guys that play in orange and black.
All right, point taken. Another look at the hip check as Stu Botker was, well, maybe we won't have it, but he was really slow to get up. Just for a second, though, but when he saw that loose puck, boy, he came right back to life.
Players are goal hungry. When they see an opportunity, everything else vanishes, and they get right back into the game.
Well, Coach Jeff Brubaker sees the teams at 4 aside right now. 7:25 to go, the 2-2 game. Face-off in the Trenton end. It's controlled once again by the Titans. Paul Spadafora can't control as it comes out of the zone. Dwayne Harmer for the Generals trying to set up Whitworth. Whitworth stops at the circle, has Harmer, and his shot was deflected wide by Mike Hall.
Power play right now for Greensboro as they're skating 5 to the Titans 4.
So Trojan Energy power play for Greensboro. Spadafora comes back 2-on-2 with Hall. Spadafora on the wing, across the line, takes the shot, save, Hall can't get the rebound. Good save by Nomoff off the shot of the stick from Spadafora.
Great save, because Spadafora used the defenseman as a screen, hesitated, waited, didn't shoot right away, but Nomoff did a nice job of staying with the shooter and making the save.
There's Sylvia, drop pass for Joe Riston. Riston sends it back to the point for Dwayne Harmer. Thought about the shot. Now it goes through a maze of players and tipped wide. Back to the point. Sokolsky, who's got a great shot, 4 goals to show for it this year, has kind of been kept quiet. But here's his drive, and it's right there on net. Saved by Regan and cleared.
Good save by Regan, but he didn't do a good job controlling the rebound. It sat just outside his crease. A lot of help from the defenseman. Nice job to clear the puck.
Pop fly. Regan makes the catch, and we have a whistle. 6:09 to go here in the second period. We are still tied at 2.
We took a look at Regan, who was in goal the first night for the Titans in their 8-0 victory over the Toledo Storm.
Now, last year he played at Missouri in the United Hockey League and was that goalie of the year with Missouri. 7 shutouts to go along with a 29-12-4 record. Matter of fact, 7 shutouts in the UHL is the most by any goaltender in the history of that league. 25-11, Trenton leading Greensboro in faceoffs.
That's a big, big mark right there.
Back to the point, deflected by Botker, and Robinson will have to chase.
Skrobot with just 2 seconds left on his penalty, so again the Titans did a nice job killing the power play.
Robinson and Perna, the defensive pair, and it'll be Cam White with Williams out there now for the Titans on defense with Benoit Morin, Stu Botker, and Eric Brule. So 3 defensemen on this shift now for Trenton. Behind the net, Nomoff winds it around. Here is Benoit Morin walking in. Score! Trenton with a 3-2 lead. And once again, we saw that glove side a little slow. That's where Morin went.
Big smile by Morin. He knows he did a good job. He knows he picked that upper corner beautifully. Left-handed shot on the right side. All he did was hesitate a second to make the goaltender think he was going the other way. Nomoff just moved a little bit away from the post. A few inches to his right. That left the opening. The shot actually hits the post and skims on in.
Benoit Morin gets the goal for the Trenton Titans. You want to hear what a goal sounds like? Yeah, sometimes you can rattle them home.
Absolutely. Watch as he picks the puck up, top of the circle. Quick snapshot right there. Nomaf slow getting that left hand up. Beautiful goal. The fans are excited. Moran's happy. 3-2 Titan lead.
Well, Nomaf has seen the Trenton Titans score 3 unanswered goals. His team was leading 2-0. Now they trail 3-2.
And all 3 shots have been high.
Well, they found the weak spot in the armor of Sergei Nomaf. High to the glove side. That's where the Titans have gone in their last 2. And you'll see now a little more bounce in the step for the Trenton Titans with a 1-goal lead. Hall, rink-wide pass. Couldn't slow it down as Whitchurch looked at there a little too late. Jamie Sokolsky has it. Now Mike Hall has it at center ice.
And Mick, this is the first shift for Ian Forbes. I'm not sure if the coach was unhappy with his play in the first period or because of the penalties and power plays. He didn't get a chance. Now he's off the ice already. Second round draft choice of the Flyers being spotted here occasionally in the second period.
Cross the line. This one will play in.
You can hear the players. You can hear the Titan players yelling it was kicked in.
I'm not sure if they're going to allow this goal or not.
Well, Moravsky just said, hold on, I'm going to go talk to my linesmen. I'm going to ask them what they saw. Maybe we can take a look at it here.
Irwin kind of rolls the puck to the net, and you'll see players crashing in now.
Not that one, but this one.
Right there. It went off the skate.
But was it intentional?
By Timchenko. From this angle, it didn't look like it was because the puck was kind of bouncing around and it came up and hit him in the leg. And he didn't really kick it, but he was going forward.
Timchenko's been around a long time. He can make it look like it wasn't intentional.
He's only 22 years old, Pete.
Believe me. Players are taught from a very early age how to cheat like that and how to make it look like that. And he must have made it look awful good because the goal's going to count and we're now tied at 3.
Well, you'll see the puck go off the ankle of Olga Timchenko as he will pick up his 2nd goal of the year. Yeah, he didn't really kick it.
But he made no attempt not to either.
Yeah,
and that's what all goal scorers do.
You go to the net.
Absolutely. There it is again.
Unfortunately, it turns into a goal for Greensboro, and it's a 3-3 game with 4:42 to go. We have seen a great game here in this second period tonight.
We've seen a lot of stuff happen in the second period. 2nd goal of the season for Timchenko. The goal along with the 2 assists.
Very entertaining.
Points.
Fans don't like the call, but I think it was the right one.
Oh, it was.
So now Greensboro looks to come out of its own end. We are tied at 3. At center ice, it'll be White who just fires it off the near corner boards. Dwayne Harmer has it there. Looks for Joe Riston to come out of the zone. The former Titan comes to center ice and dumps it in behind Regan, who couldn't slow it down. David Whitworth picks the puck up, sends it back to the point, to the net. Regan, an easy stick save off the shot from the point, and now here's a 2-on-1. Bertoli across the line, looking for the trailer. Shot! Oh, it goes wide by Skrobot. Skrobot shot it wide.
Sergi tried to finesse the shot. He didn't want to wind up with a big boomer. He tried to pick a low corner and just slide it in. It didn't work.
And now Temper start to flare again with Cam White as we have 3:43 to go of a 3-3 game. The entertainment is superb here tonight on CN8. Stay with us. Now as we come back, 3-3 the game, and like we said, Temper's starting to flare, but watch this shot by Sergei Skrobot right in the slot.
Look, misses about 4 inches wide of that post. He tried to pick the low corner. He knew he had a little bit of time. Again, credit sometimes the goaltenders. Even though the shot was wide, if he comes out and breaks down the angle, doesn't give you much to shoot at, makes you shoot that much finer in your shot.
You know, Troy Ward's got to be happy with the effort he has seen from the Titans, down 2-0, and now it's a 3-3 game. His team has really picked up the intensity by about a 75% in this second period.
They definitely have done that, and they've taken shots. That's the key. 25 shots on goal here, and we haven't finished the second period.
Well, a good effort by Stu Botker to outskate the opponent, get to the puck first, but he can't clear. It's kept in by Bob Helkitis. Now Botker has it back behind the net. Botker trying to send a man away, and a nice hit on Benoit Morin to break that up. Now Vince Williams behind the net. Williams wants to skate it out, has time and does. Comes to center ice, now dumps it in to the far corner. Benoit Morin going to get there. What do they call it? Delayed penalty coming up. Oh, stick's getting a little high. Benoit Morin right in the middle of it. Now Sokolsky taking a shot at somebody. Stu Botker and Sokolsky about ready to go.
Well, I have to tell you, Greensboro is no stranger to the penalty box.
Oh, a little elbow action from Sokolsky, that could be called. Stu Botker never really got any punches in.
Walt's dancing there with Spadafora.
Well, it's only a matter of time. Now we can see, as we mentioned in our last break, tempers are starting to pick up a little bit.
These guys are talking, they want to go. They said, okay. Whoa, whoa.
Spadafora picked on the wrong guy as Chris Walls wins by decision.
Now you got to watch. Spadafora got his right hand free, but that's how Cam White hurt his hand punching a helmet.
Well, sometimes they fight in the CHL like they do at any level.
Well, the Generals, as I was mentioning before, no strangers. They have two players, Trevor Gillis and Sal Manganaro, who are sitting out tonight's games because they're both serving suspensions from 2 games ago.
Well, Chris Walls goes to the penalty box. He's one of the goal scorers tonight.
I'm surprised they're putting him in the box. I figured they would usher him right off the ice with 3:04 remaining.
Yeah, you're right.
5-minute majors, just get rid of him for the rest of the period.
Perna's going to get the gate too. Another look at what happened is...
How it started.
Well, Benoit Morin was right there in the corner. Oh, and he got shoved in the face by Mike Perna. And then the stick came up and caught Perna in the face.
And then you see what Perna does? He gives him a face massage and then just moves away like, I didn't do anything. But Morin, he got a number and immediately went right back at him. This is just good hustle by Morin. He's coming in hard. He doesn't hit Perna. Perna sidesteps him, but there you see the glove right in the face. And then another shot.
And then all heck breaks loose with pushing and shoving going on. How about Waltz and Spadafora? But you got to give this one to Chris Waltz.
2 quick rights by Waltz.
Yeah, about 4
Put Spadafora down.
So Chris Waltz, the upper hand in that one from this corner. Well, time to clean up the ice, pick up the gloves and the helmets, the loose sticks, and send everybody off.
They're sorting it out now. If we look at Jamie Sokolsky.
A small smile from Troy Ward.
Right now, they don't even think about anything right now until they find out what the calls are going to be. Once they find out what the calls are going to be, then they know what players they have to put out there.
Well, they'll sort all this out, but you don't have to sort out tickets for the Trenton Titans. That's because the Titans have 2 ways for you to enjoy all of the action of this season. Full season plan offers fans their own seat to all 36 regular season games. And also, there are partial season plans that offer flexibility for fans with those demanding schedules. Now, whichever plan suits your lifestyle, be sure to call a Titans representative at 609-599-9500. Season and partial season ticket plans for the Titans. Now, fans have their eyes glued to that penalty scoreboard because the time clock hasn't been working 100%, but we've seen a lot of action up there tonight.
We sure have, and the referee is still explaining to the captains, still explaining to McLean, still explaining to Jason Robinson.
How about the new do for Cale McLean, the short haircut? Last year had the locks flowing underneath.
I tell you what's going to happen, though. If he doesn't score real soon, you're going to see those locks come back.
I think they're actually watching an episode of Cheers. Nonetheless, we got a great show going on here with a 3-3 game with 3:04 to go in the second period.
More fans enjoying themselves. I guess if that's Minnie on the right, is that Mickey on the left?
I don't know. Regardless, it has been a lot of fun here in game number 1 of the home schedule for the Trenton Titans in this season opener at home.
Now the only guy still remaining in the penalty box is Moran.
You know, pretty soon there's not going to be many people left to skate.
Well, we talked about that earlier. Coach Brubaker said that he only came here with 16. If he loses a few guys to either majors or misconducts, he's going to be down to 13 or 14 skaters. Yeah, see, they're adding some misconducts to all these. He's going to be short some players come this third period.
Richard Seeley, 2 minutes roughing, and a game misconduct.
Richard Seeley, third man in, gets a game misconduct.
Penalty, 16 minutes, 56 seconds of the second period.
All right, let's see what we have here, Mick.
Well, Greensboro picked up
a minor, a major, misconduct, minor, and misconduct.
Wow. So a lot of penalties, misconduct to Perna for 10 minutes and a misconduct also to Chris Waltz. You heard the game misconduct to Seeley.
And the other is
and that's Benoit Moran, roughing, fighting, and a misconduct as well.
17 minutes, 2, 5, and 10.
You want to get your penalty minutes up in a hurry.
Absolutely.
2:35 to go here in the second period. And here come the Titans. Steve O'Brien going on a rink-wide rush. Pulls up, gives up now for Bertoli in front. Shot, save, where's the puck? Goes behind the net, the goaltender didn't know. Sergei Nomov was looking all around for the puck.
And Mick, you know what, after all that, they're skating 5-on-5, full strength.
There you go. Here is Temchenko, who had one go off his ankle to tie up the game. Now Ian Forbes does see a lot of time because there's not a lot of guys left, and this puck will go the length of the ice, and icing is called.
And that's a rookie mistake by Ian Forbes. Just looking to get the puck out of the zone, whacked it a little too hard, now causing the faceoff to come back down deep inside his own end in front of goaltender Brian Regan. Here we take a look at Cam White, who hurt that top hand, that right hand in a fight, first game of the season against Toledo Storm. And Bacher, who has 1 goal tonight, totaling 7 for the season, has definitely been their big gun so far this year.
Mike Hall will take the face off against Mike Sylvia. And Hall will control, gets the puck back to Vince Williams with 1:51 to go, the 3-3 game in period number 2. Sylvia walks out front, goes off the stick. Cam White goes up for Stu Botker. And here is Mike Hall, who winds it in behind Noma. Whitchurch will get there first. Whitchurch tries a return pass behind the net for Botker. That's broken up. Now Whitchurch, nice pass between the legs on the back pass, but Hall couldn't control. And here comes Jamie Sokolsky. Regan leaves it behind the net for Cam White. White's broken up. Better get back in a hurry. And it comes right out front, but the Titans will have it. Whitchurch with 1:15 on the clock. And now we have 2-line pass, I believe, to stop play.
Exactly so, Mick. Pass shot from their own defensive zone to a player on the other half of the center ice line. Face will come back deep inside the Greensboro zone.
Talked to Jamie Sokolsky before tonight's game. He has 4 goals and an assist for 5 points. Had a hat trick against South Carolina. And also he's on a 3-game scoring streak. 6th round draft choice of Philadelphia back in '95. Sokolsky does not have a point though tonight, so that streak is in jeopardy.
A lot of guys' streaks are in jeopardy. Jed Whitchurch, proficient scorer, has not gotten on track yet tonight. Look for him to do something come third period.
I know you're trying to get predictions out of him earlier this week. He wouldn't give any.
He would not. Last year we used to get them from Mark Murphy. I asked a few guys, you're going to tell me something before the game that I can say on the air? They were pretty tight-lipped.
Bertoli shot. Nice pad save by Noma. Redirection by McLean. It's still loose. McLean's going to pick it up first. McLean throws it to the glove side and holding on is Noma off again.
Wow, what a shot by Bertoli from about 15, 18 feet out. Sergei Nomov did a great job preventing the puck from going into the net. Good action in front. There's the shot, back in, another scramble in front. There's McLean, he spins, takes a quick wrist shot. Again, that's difficult with the traffic in front. You got guys banging you, you have your defenseman in front of you. You have to keep your eye on the puck, and Nomov did exactly that.
3-3 game, 43 seconds. Look at the chances. Trenton 15-7 on Nomov here tonight. So the Titans have really turned up the boost, getting the puck on the cage. On the face-off, controlled by the Titans. Sergei Skrobot can't keep it in as Temchenko gets it out.
will make much like the first period where Greensboro scored 2 and carried most of the play. Here the Titans have carried most of the play and scored 2. But the other team chipped in with 1 each, and they now have a 3-3 game, even though the games have been a little different, where the Titans were on their heels in the first period, and the second period Greensboro's been on their heels.
Well, back come the Generals. Titans try to get the puck in the far corner, and they will, and they'll clear. All the way to center ice. Oh, some heavy hits going on, and here comes the corner shot it wide. There's going to be a penalty coming up. As time runs out, we will have a penalty called a cross-check on, I believe, Sokolsky.
I think this is retaliation for the hit right at the blue line. Working that gum as he watches all the players and make sure nothing happens after the whistle.
Steve Morosky will call a penalty right at the end of the second period. And it looks like the Titans will have a power play to start the third period. If it goes the way I think it's going to go.
Morosky's going to make the call, and the Titans will have an advantage come start the third period.
Well, let's take a look at how we got here in this 3-3 tie as Mike Hall, unassisted, a shorthanded goal.
This is just a beautiful shot. As he goes to the backhand, he's got Nomoff down, beats him up over the glove side.
But a controversial goal to tie things up. They credited it to Irwin, but look at it'll go off the leg and into the net.
Well, sometimes they don't have the advantage of replays like we do up here. Timchenko definitely should be credited for the goal, because it did bounce off his leg.
Let's go downstairs to Tom McCarthy. Tom?
Thank you, Mick. Jeff Brubaker, obviously special teams are something that you need to work on for the third period?
Well, I'm not even thinking about special teams right now. We just have to show a lot more poise than that. You know, to be a good road team, you know, you can't panic. You've got to maintain your composure. I think that's where we need to work on.
How big was the goal by Tichenko toward the end?
It's huge. It's huge, you know. If we don't get that, then, you know, who knows? So a good road team comes back, scores to get themselves out of trouble.
All right, Jeff, we appreciate it. Good luck third period. Let's go back up to Mick Moddinghoff.
Thanks, and the coach's critique brought to you by Powerade. Some hard hitting action here in the second period. We have a 3-3 game, but more hits to come. Stay with us. Our second intermission is brought to you by RMF Psychology. If you want to reach your full potential, then talk to someone who can help. Call RSM Psychology Center in Lawrenceville at 609-895-1070. The official neuropsychologist of the Trenton Titans. We have played 2 periods here. We're in our second intermission of a game that has seesawed back and forth. And so far, nobody has the upper hand. We are tied at 3. Well, earlier tonight, our Tom McCarthy had a chance to sit down with the general manager of the Trenton Titans in Brian McKenna.
Thanks, Mick. Well, we got 2 periods in the book, and joining us now is the general manager of the Trenton Titans, Brian McKenna. And I'll tell you what, Brian, it's amazing that the season's already here. I mean, we've got 2 games already through. We've got 2/3 of this game already through. It's amazing that the 2000 season's begun so quickly. I know it must have been a fast off season for you guys, too.
Well, it sure was. We had a pretty good run in the playoffs last spring and didn't get finished playing till late May. By the time you get on with your recruiting and try to get ready for the upcoming season, it's on you before you know it. So it sure has snuck up on us very quickly, but we're happy to be started and playing hockey again this year.
Well, this was a busy off season. You had to start all over again with a new head coach, and that was the one thing which I wanted to talk to you about because Troy has had such a great presence since he's come here to Trenton. What was that like? I mean, what was it like replacing Butch Cassidy? Did you try to look for somebody that had the same kind of qualifications as he had?
Yeah, we did, and in a lot of ways they're very much similar. Bruce was a teacher, worked very well with young players in terms of developing them. Troy's very much the same. He's a career coach. He's spent 17 years in the business at various levels, and very well prepared. A hard worker. I know game in, game out this year, our team will be prepared when they come to the rink. I think we'll put a winning product on the ice for the fans, obviously, and also his skills as a teacher will certainly benefit all the players as they try to work their way up through the minor league system.
Well, this was a great run after last season, obviously through the playoffs, and a number of the players are back again for a second season. But what has it been like to compare, say, this roster right now to the end of the year? It's got a lot of depth like the end of the year from an offensive standpoint, but there are some different faces.
There certainly are. We have 9 or 10 players back from last year, which is obviously a benefit. However, I think caliber-wise, we're probably similar to where we were at the end of last season. I think we're a better club right now than we were at this point last year. And I think we have more balance. I think this year so far, from what I can tell, we've got 3 lines I think that will all contribute to the offense. I think we've got a solid defensive core, and then I think also we're very solid in the nets. So I think we have the makings of a good hockey club, one that will compete night in and night out, and I think we'll be in all the hockey games this year.
You talked about the nets last year with the goalies that came through here. All seem to be very popular. 2 new ones this year distributed from the parent clubs. What's that been like watching these guys?
Well, Brian Regan, I think the fans will learn to appreciate very shortly here in Trenton. He's a very confident, poised goaltender. He's a third-year pro, so he's been around a little bit and certainly will be, I think, a very valuable player to us here this year. Scott Sterling, on the other hand, a first-year pro, ton of potential, still has to work on some of the finer points of his game, but I think also a very hard worker, a very bright kid, and somebody that wants to learn. And I think as the season progresses, the fans will grow to appreciate his skills as well.
Well, real quick, I wanted to ask you about the recruiting process because I know you talked about it earlier. Was it easier this year because there was so much success on the ice and off the ice here in Trenton?
It was easier to attract players, I think, because of the success we had last year, the fan base we have, and the building. But having said that, it makes the decisions a little bit tougher because you've got a lot of guys from last year who also wanted to come back. So you got to try to take a mix of those players, combine it with some good first-year players to try to have the right chemistry and the right mix as we enter this season.
All right, Brian. Best of luck this year. We look forward to it.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Brian McKenna, the general manager of the Trenton Titans, our guest. We'll take a break. We'll get back with our scoreboard. Stay with us. You're watching the Titans on CN8. Welcome back to the Sovereign Bank Arena. There's your score. It's the Generals 3 and the Titans 3. Boy, there was an awful lot of chippiness going on in that second period. Couple fights, couple misconducts, and we'll get to all that as the third period begins. The Titans also may begin the third period on a power play. We'll talk about that as well. A lot of special teams that are part of tonight's game. Now it's time to get to the ECHL scoreboard, brought to you by Trenton Orthopedics Group, the official orthopedic surgeons of the Trenton Titans. Tallahassee in the third period on top of Louisiana 2-1, so they've slowed them down a little bit. Roanoke on top of Richmond 2-zip. That's also in the third period. In the second period, the Lynx on top of the PD Pride. Well, actually, it's tied 2-2 in the second period. Greenville and Charlotte also even at 2 apiece, and that game is in the third period. Johnstown and Dayton, quiet one tonight. It's 1-1. Chiefs are in first place in their division. Dayton and Johnstown tied at 1 in the third period. Toledo all over Peoria, 5-2. That game is in the second period. Of course, Peoria is the defending Kelly Cup champions. The Brass leading Pensacola 1-0. That game is in the first period. And Baton Rouge leads Mobile 1-0, and that game is in the third period. Arkansas 2, Mississippi 1, first period action. And just underway, Jackson and Birmingham. So the Bulls hosting Jackson, the Bandits tonight. Again, just underway, no score in the first period of that game. And now the Molson Cup standings. There you see Stu Botker with 3 points. Molson Cup standings are sponsored by Molson Canadian. Scott Sterling with 3 points. Brian Regan, new goaltender for the Titans, with 2 points. And, of course, the assistant captain, Mike Hall, with 2 points. At the end of the year, the Titans player with the most points in the Molson Cup standings will be given an award sponsored by Molson Canadian. All right, we're going to take a break here from the Sovereign Bank Arena. When we get back, we'll show you some highlights. Also, we'll talk with the head coach of the Titans, Troy Ward. Stay with us. You're watching the Titans on CN8.
We're in our second intermission here at Sovereign Bank Arena in Trenton, New Jersey, with the Greensboro Generals and the Trenton Titans tied at 2 apiece. Well, I'll tell you, Pete Caggiano, the Trenton Titans dominated that second period, but what was maybe the most dominant thing is their penalty kill. Right now, the Generals 0 for 5 on the man advantage.
Great job. That's exactly what Troy Ward said, that defense is going to run this team this year. Remember, he said offensively they can do anything they want, but defensively they better do their job.
Well, the offense really picked it up in period number 2. It was just a matter of time before the puck was going to go in the net. Take a look at the effort here by Cale McLean as it will go right off the post. You knew he was drawing a beat on the goaltender, and it was just shades of things to come, because after that, Mike Hall will get on the board on a shorthanded goal right here.
What a great job by Mike Hall. Watch him come in, fake the forehand. Now he goes to the backhand and he roofs it over the falling goaltender. Outstanding job by Hall. That's a veteran shot right there.
And then the Titans took the lead moments later as Benoit Moran gets a goal unassisted for Trenton.
Well, this is just hard work. This is tenacity in front of the net. This is working the puck. Watch as he shoots again up over the left arm of the goaltender. Moran, he knows it. He raises the stick in triumph.
But the score is 3-3. Sometimes you got to be lucky. They gave the goal to Joel Irwin, but this will go off the leg of Olga Timchenko.
Well, if they keep it to Irwin, it's his second of the night, but as you can see, Timchenko bounces off of his right skate, goes by Regan, who made the initial stop, and now we're tied at 3.
And Pete, when you take a look at our stats through 2 periods, the Trenton Titans dominating play in that second period, evidenced by the shots on goal at 28-18.
Well, that's a big margin. Also, scoring chances 15-7 is a big mark as well. And the power play, 0 for 5 and 1 for 5.
Yeah, but still you're playing with fire when you have so many penalties that you have to kill off.
Oh, absolutely. And coming into this game, Greensboro led the league in power play goals with 8.
But when we come back, the Titans have a power play to start the third period, so that's just around the corner of a 3-3 game. Great action here in Trenton, New Jersey tonight. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment on CN8. Tonight's opening night festivities brought to you by St. Lawrence Rehabilitation Center and also by U.S. Airways, the official airline of the Trenton Titans. 3-3 game as we get ready for the start of the third period. Let's go downstairs to Tom McCarthy, standing by with Coach Ward.
All right, Mick, thank you very much. Hello with Troy Ward. Troy, you got 1 period left. What do you need to do?
Well, I think we got to keep our composure a little bit out there. I mean, it's a game that, full of emotion right now on both sides, and both sides are a little bit shorthanded. So we've got to play smart, and I think continue to play hard. I think we're going to get our opportunities to score. That's what the second period proved. We got to be patient, and when we get our opportunities, we got to score.
Do you make adjustments because you're a little shorthanded?
Well, we've tried to make adjustments in just terms of our shift length. Basically, we're trying to warn guys, hey, we don't have a lot of guys right now on the bench. Barkley went out with injury. Seeley got kicked out of the game. We got guys on the bench. So just be a little smart about your shift length because it's awful hot out there and it's very slow right now.
All right, Troy, good luck in the third period.
Thanks very much.
All right, Troy Ward, Mick, back up to you.
All right, thank you, Tom. And the comments from the coach brought to you by Capital Health Systems, the official jersey sponsor of the Titans. Happy to provide you with the insight into tonight's game from head coach Troy Ward. Well, tomorrow night, the Titans take on the Richmond Renegades right here at Sovereign Bank Arena. Game time is 7:05, and the first 2,000 fans will receive an official Titans autograph book courtesy of Macintosh Inns. Great seats are still available at the Sovereign Bank Arena. At the box office, all Ticketmaster outlets, or by calling 520-8383. That's 609-520-8383. The game Saturday, the 21st. Right here at Sovereign Bank Arena at 7:05.
Take a look at some of the fans who are enjoying themselves tonight. And I have to tell you, this is a beautiful building. General Manager Brian McKenna has done a great job putting together a team again this year. This is the place to be.
If a goal is scored in the next 5 seconds, I don't think that youngster will be sleeping.
Probably not.
Well, 3-3 game. Take a look at the scoring summary in the first period. You could say the advantage was to the Generals with Joel Irwin and Chris Waltz making it 2-0 before Stu Botker got a power play goal, and then Mike Hall and Benoit Morin tying up, or rather giving Trenton the lead, but they still giving that goal to Joel Irwin, and of course we all know it went off of Timchenko's leg.
We saw that, and just as the end of the first period, the goal by the Titans gave them life. The goal at the end of the second period by Irwin Timchenko, take your choice, whoever they're going to give it to, is now giving Greensboro life. Because up to that point, the Titans had been dominating.
But the thing to remember is that right at the 20-minute mark, Jamie Sokolsky went to the penalty box with a cross-check. So that means the Titans will have a power play to start this third period. It'd be a great time for another power play goal with guys like Bertoli, Hall, McLean, Robot. I think that's probably the unit you're going to see out there with St. Hilaire to start the third period.
Now, are you making a prediction, Mick? Are you saying that Bertoli's going to score one here?
No. I am not making the prediction. The way we've seen pucks banging around off people's legs tonight, that would be pretty hard to do.
Then let me ask you this question. You're a Philadelphia Phillies fan. Coming up with the World Series starting tomorrow night, Yankees-Mets. What's your prediction there?
You got to go with the National League because the National League East is the toughest division of baseball.
You have to go with
yeah. That's the way I see it, but we still got a third period ahead of us here. A 3-3 game with Trenton and Greensboro. What a great home opener for the fans here at Sovereign Bank Arena. Near capacity crowd, yeah, they're painted up. The war paint's on, and we're ready to go for period number 3.
Boy, that guy in the right is scary.
You know, Halloween is not that far away.
2 weeks.
Penalty minutes, even at 43 apiece. And it's 3-3 on the scoreboard. Sergei Skrobot on defense. He is the lone defenseman out there with Hall, St. Hilaire, Bertoli, and McLean. This is, I suspected, the number 1 power play unit to start this third period. Hall and Bertoli behind the net. Hall deep in a corner, out front to Skrobot for St. Hilaire. Gives up now for McLean. Good spacing, good puck movement. Sergei Skrobot back to St. Hilaire. Finds McLean, who's got the big trigger. Almost mishandled. Has 2 on him if he can find the open man, but he can't, and the puck is clear.
Mick, when they set up just then, they did a nice job inside the zone. But St. Hilaire and Skrobot were on the wrong side. They want to be on their off wing so that when they take that pass, they can one-time it right on net.
1:06 left in this Trigen Energy power play. And they're finally making that change on the goals. They give it to Chemchenko.
Well, that's what you said.
Well, we saw it. It's 3-3. McLean winds it around. Who's going to get there first? Bertoli trying to dig it out of the corner. Hall and McLean are right there, and Hall comes out with it. Has Skrobot at the point. Now Hall takes it to the right point. Takes the drive, and it goes wide. Skrobot has it for Bertoli. Back to McLean. 34 seconds left in the Trigen Energy power play. Skrobot at the point. Cross ice for St. Hilaire. Has a defenseman beat. Now brings it to the top of the slot for Skrobot. Skrobot holds on to it. Finds Bertoli in the right circle. Bertoli looking for Hall in front. Back to the point. St. Hilaire lets a rolling puck go. Never got good wood on it. And it's picked up by Skrobot. It goes up and over the glass and out of play. And the faceoff should remain in the Greensboro Generals' end.
A little too much finesse there by Skrobot. He and Hilaire had the puck at the point. They slid it back and forth. Neither one wanted to take the shot. And that time they were set up the right way. Skrobot, the right-handed shot was on the left side, and St. Hilaire, the left-handed shot was on the right, but they couldn't quite get it where they wanted it.
So Skrobot goes to the bench. His team with 11 seconds left in his power play advantage.
Skrobot, for what we understand, his English is a little better this year. He can say Big Mac, value meal, quite a few things like that. Keeps his stomach full.
And I said, do you like to take the full-length rush? And his answer was a resounding yes. So the Trigen Energy power play is over. And we remain at 3-3 here in this third period, just underway with 17:53 to play.
Titans really didn't do much on that power play. They pretty much wasted it.
Well, they had good puck movement and good control, but didn't get the puck on the cage. Whitworth gives up now for Bob Halkitis. Halkitis stays out there. Here is Stu Botker coming back. Numbers against him. See if he slows down and waits for help. No, he's going to carry in. Almost lost an edge, and now it goes into the corner. Halkitis will get there first. Nope, no trip. That was just a plain slip right there by Spadafora.
Well, he slipped because the guy's stick was under his skate.
I think he just didn't skate very correctly.
At this level, guys don't make that mistake on their own.
Here come the Generals. One-timer will go wide. Sikorsky gets there first, sends it back to the far corner. Can the Titans clear? No, kept in at the point. And now finally it comes out. Jason Robinson out there with Sikorsky on defense. Irwin, who has a goal and an assist tonight, is offside.
Natal tried to keep the puck in the zone, just over the blue line. A little slow start here to the third period. I think each team probably caught quite a bit of activity from the head coach in between periods, and they want to make sure they don't make that defensive mistake.
Well, Troy Ward, first home game as the coach of the Trenton Titans, 38-year-old. He has seen this game go back and forth tonight. And right now we are tied at 3 with 16:43 to go in the third period. Forbes goes behind the net. And he will leave it for O'Brien. O'Brien had that great pass to set up Stu Botker's goal tonight. That was the first goal of the home season for the Trenton Titans. Ian Forbes all the way to the blue line for St. Hilaire with Bertoli. They tried to spring away Cal McLean, but too far ahead. Chris Waltz. I'll take that back. That is Smetal, who could not control. Now Bertoli on left wing. Broken up by Dwayne Harmer. It comes back to center ice for Mike Hall.
A little more center ice play right now as each team wants to make sure they don't allow the other team to get in cleanly.
Ball stood up by Jura Slovak. Spadafora gets dumped back behind the net.
And there also you see some of the things that may happen in a 3-3 game in the third period. Hall's jersey grabbed, but you're not going to see the call. It was a good 20, 25 feet wide. Did not interfere with the play. Didn't cause a scoring chance to be lost. Let the play go. And that's what Brubaker had mentioned in other games. Guys were making that call, and that's why he thought there were a lot more power plays going on.
Well, so far, the Generals keeping the puck in the Trenton end of a 3-3 game. Paul Spadafora going to be beaten into the corner, but now he comes up with the puck. Gives up for Eric Roulet, who's been a little quiet tonight. Stu Botker trying to spring away Spadafora. And the puck picked up by the trailer. Now Spadafora takes the pass from Scorbot. Ridden off the play nicely as it goes into the right wing corner by Jason Robinson.
Well, Robinson did that legal interference again. Spadafora was chasing the puck. He didn't have it. But Robinson, Jason Robinson, using his big 6'2" frame, got in the way, just slowed up the player a little bit.
Cam White will roll it in. It was wide. Still stick aside by Nomoff. And the puck comes out of the Greensboro end. Regan going to control this one, send it back to the point. Picked up by Cam White, who wants to clear. Gets it ahead for St. Hilaire. And here comes Jed Whitchurch, almost uncontested across the wing. Puts on the brakes on his backhander, tried to throw it in front, but it didn't get done. And now it bounces right out of front, shot by Whitchurch, and somehow Nomoff kept it out.
Boy, oh boy, talk about a game-saving save. That was Nomoff right there. It was Whitchurch from about 5 feet out. Had a golden opportunity. But Sergei Nomoff earned his keep on that save.
Puck took a wild bounce on the centering pass, and now a nice blocker save by Sergei Nomoff. Titans control. Here is Bertoli being held by the jersey. No call. Goes to O'Brien. O'Brien almost lost the handle. Gives to Bertoli, and here's a giveaway. Going to be picked up by David Whitworth. Run into the boards by Bertoli. Across the line, Gaelic. Martin Gaelic on the backhander, trying to bring it around in front of the stuffer. It came through the crease, but nobody home on the right side.
Great job by Steve O'Brien, back checking, tying up the man. Said he did not have that opportunity right in front.
Going to get an interference, though, called against Forbes. And you can see the referee, Steve Morosky, saying, get in the box. Take a look at this flurry as it goes behind the net and kind of comes right out in front for Whitchurch.
Well, the Titans doing a good job of what they call cycling. Guys just keep rotating into the same area. Whitchurch gets himself around to the front, lets the shot go from just off your screen on the right side. Great save by Sergei Nomoff.
Still, there's going to be a power play, a Trigen Energy power play here for Greensboro.
And as we talked about in between periods, how many times can you hold off a team that leads the league in power play goals? You've stopped them 6 times. This is their 7th power play.
And they got the big gunners out there, Joel Irwin along with Temchenko. And it goes back to the point. Sokolsky, who has a big shot out there with Robinson.
But then again, if you're a Titans fan, you say, we don't care. We've already scored 1 shorthanded goal tonight.
Well, here come the Titans as Stu Botker will clear and has a shot right on goal. Nomoff is forced to touch the puck. And out of his own zone comes Lucas Smetal. Plays ahead here for Temchenko. And now Botker trying to get the loose puck at center ice.
Now, earlier tonight, when the Titans were killing a penalty, they took some chances to try to score that shorthanded goal, and they actually did earlier in the game. Right now, though, in the 3rd period of a tied game, I don't see them trying to take advantage of that. They're going to stay at home and do what they have to do, which is kill the penalty.
1:11 on the Trigen Energy power play. And Pete, I think when you're at home, though, you play for the win. There comes a time when you try to turn up the boost in this 3rd period if you're the Trenton Titans. You know, Greensboro may be more of a defensive shell, but they're on the power play right here. Sokolsky gives up now for Dwayne Harmer, closing back to Sokolsky, who's got the big drive, fakes it, now takes it, and it's blocked by Cale McLean. He's going to try to send away a skater at center ice as he's pulled down. Mike Hall couldn't get the puck, but Whitworth will pick it up in the neutral zone. Sokolsky gives up now for Dwayne Harmer, looking for the off winger to break toward the net. It wound up on the right wing, but it goes back to the left side for Mike Sylvia. And the Titans are clear.
Nick, a new wrinkle this year. After a 5-minute overtime of 4-on-4, the league has decided to go to a shootout after an overtime.
Across the line, here's a shot up and over the net. Not a shot on goal. Temchenko let it fly and high.
Last year they went right to the shootout. This year they're going to try to go to a 4-on-4, 5-minute overtime first, and then a shootout.
Yep, that's the only change that there has been in the rules this year.
They're trying every way possible not to have ties, to have a clear-cut winner.
Drouet comes across the line and dumps in a shot that will be gloved by Sergei Nomov, and he'll hold on to stop play. We have a timeout. 3-3 game with 11:06 to go in the third period. Troy Ward and company looking for a lead. Stay with us right here on CN8. As we come back in the second period, here is our Princeton OCC check of the game. Stu Botker level with a great hip check at center ice, and OCC the official team position of the Trenton Titans. Unfortunately, Botker didn't need their help after that hit. The Occupational Health and Family Medicine OCC is the official team position of the Titans.
I tell you, Mick, I held my breath when he went down in the second period. That was a great hip check, but many times that's how guys hurt their knees. But Stu Botker jumped right up and got right back into the play.
So Botker out there now. Our hits show the Trenton Titans with an advantage of 17-14.
Greensboro closing the gap a little bit. The discrepancy was a lot bigger earlier.
And they're also putting pressure on the puck of the blue line as well, forcing the Titans to center ice, and it's picked up by Bobby Helkitis. Plays forward for Slovak, who just dumps it in. Now redirected where Slovak has it at center ice along with Jason Robinson. Sergei Skrobot and Eric Roulet on defense. You have St. Hilaire out there with Bertoli. And also Stu Botker. That's the 5 on the ice right now for the Titans as they pick up the loose puck in the neutral zone and just flip it in.
I lost sight of that puck, Mick. It went behind the scoreboard. I had no idea where it was. Even the players were looking around for it.
Regan has it behind the net, leaves it here for Sergei Skrobot. It comes out with Paul Spadafora. Spadafora across the line on left wing. Ridden off, gets the puck to Mike Hall, and a shot deflected wide. 2-on-2, back the other way. Whitworth puts on the brakes, takes the shot. It goes off the skate of Ian Forbes. And the Titans try to clear. Sokolsky has it near the blue line. Broken up by Spadafora. Rink-wide pass intercepted by Dwayne Harmer, who comes back 2-on-2. Harmer stops, takes the drive, and a nice save by Regan. Harmer can't keep it in. Titans will have it. Here comes Hall across the line. Hall to the top of the slot. Lost the puck. Guts it back. Throws it toward the net. And now it comes back to the point where Hall sends it into the near corner. That's broken up. Generals playing a little bit better defensively here in this third period, Pete.
Well, would you want to face Coach Jeff Brubaker if you made a defensive error, have to go back into the locker room with him? He's a big guy.
This is true. Cam White, rink-wide pass for Vince Williams. Williams gets it out of the zone. Hall, or rather McLean has it. Picked up by Robinson, who shoots it in. Once again, White and Williams defensively control, and St. Hilaire, nice pass to McLean. He's in 2-on-1. McLean gives it up, shot for Hall. Stole on the doorstep by Sergei Nomov. Nomoff.
And McLean is down behind the net. After he let go of the pass, he got leveled and crashed into the post. He's getting up awful slow. But what a chance and what a save by Sergei Nomoff. Wow.
Well, that is definitely our St. Lawrence Rehabilitation Center save of the game. And you don't expect the pass from McLean to Bertoli, and somehow sliding across, Sergei Nomoff makes the pad save, and that definitely is our St. Lawrence Rehabilitation save of the game, and it keeps it a 3-3 game at this point.
Starts with St. Hilaire just redirecting the puck to McLean right there at the top of the blue line, so it's not a two-line pass. Now, you would think McLean would shoot. He's the sniper, but no, he throws it over to Bertoli. As you see in the top part of your screen, McLean was pushed from behind and crashed into the net. Bertoli looking towards the heavens saying, oh my gosh.
Well, he led the team in scoring last year. He probably traded all for that one right there.
Nomoff coming into tonight, save percentage of .926, showed you why he's so good. That was an outstanding save.
Well, Nomoff had picked up the first shutout in team history in a win over Carolina 5-0 earlier this year. Elaine St. Hilaire trying to get the puck out of his own zone. Now Cale McLean joins the fray. Picked up though by the Generals. They'll keep it in. Mike Sylvia trying to give up for Olga Timchenko. Timchenko trying to come out, ridden off the play nicely by Vince Williams. And here comes Bertoli. Bertoli with McLean and Williams. Drop pass. And nobody there. It goes right in front. Oh, redirected just wide. Williams just sent it to the net. Here's a follow-up by Hall, and that goes wide. But Trenton's starting to put a little more pressure on now as we have 7:55 to go in the game, and we're tied at 3.
Well, Mick, the only difference in the third period has been the goaltending by Nomoff. If not for his 2 spectacular saves, we'd be looking at a 5-3 in favor of the Titans.
They get another chance. Here comes Stu Bach for drop pass right in front. Redirected, goes wide. Spatafor with a little deflection. Here's Skrubach closing at the point. Rolled off his stick. It comes back to Eric Goulet. Tees it up, throws it to the net. That's stick to the side by Nomoff.
Delayed penalty come up here.
Titans keep the pressure on. Here's Spatafor. Good shot at the goal! Stu Bachner gets the goal. His second of the night. The scoring machine continues for the Trenton Titans. Bachner now with his 5th goal of the season.
Spatafor hit both posts on the shot. It laid right in the crease. And as we talked about it all night, you have to go to the hole. You have to go to the net. That's what Stu Bachner did. Watch, great save right there. He does a nice job of redeflecting the rebound into the corner. But all alone, he's able to come out. Waits, now shoots 1 post, 2 posts. But there's Bachner coming in, chipping the puck from right inside the crease into an open net. 4-3 Titans.
Wow. So the delay penalty pays a dividend.
Look at this.
Another great effort by Bachner, but watch. 1 post, 2 posts, and there's the final flick of the wrist. Stu Bachner has his 2nd goal of the night, and that's a goal number 5 on the year for Stu.
And people may say, well, how could he score that? He was in the crease. It's okay. If the puck precedes you in the crease, you can go in there and chase it.
2nd tonight, 5th of the season. The scoring continues for Stu Bachner and Trenton with a 4-3 lead. Here is Bertoli across the line. Drop pass, St. Hilaire, return pass, Bertoli shot. That went through the crease. Here's another one, right in front, backhand score! Jed Whitchurch! The turnaround for Whitchurch, and Trenton leads at 5-3.
Well, it was only a matter of time before Jed Whitchurch got on the board, and a patented Jed Whitchurch goal, and the fact that it was all mental. He outthought the other team to get himself into position in front of the net. A disappointed Sergei Nomoff, but you can't blame him. He was tremendous earlier. The crowd's excited. The players are excited. Great comeback here for the Titans.
Well, another look at it, and you wouldn't expect a small guy like Whitchurch to be there unprotected, but
all
great
alone,
backhanded.
all alone in front. He gets the puck. He doesn't panic. Instead of letting a forehand shot go right away, he takes the pass, corrals it, spins around, goes on his backhand, beats Nomoff in the 5-hole right between the legs. 5-3 on the scoreboard, 7 minutes remaining.
2nd goal of the season for Whitchurch. And Trenton now opening up their largest lead of the night, a 2-goal advantage at 5-3. Well, the Titans trailed at 1 point, 2-0 in this game. They picked it up in period number 2, outscoring Greensboro by a score of 2-1. And now they have put together back-to-back goals here in period number 3.
But now they can't get sloppy. They have to keep their defensive mind about them. They can't afford to give up a goal. That'll put Greensboro right back in the game.
So the Titans with a 5-3 advantage. And with the puck, Mike Sylvia trying to be tracked down behind Paul Spadafora. And Eric Roulet, a nice job to send away St. Hilaire as Trenton may look for a change.
And Nick, you know what this might be. To start the game, Greensboro only had 16 skaters. 2 guys had gotten penalties and that's been sitting out for quite a while. Could be that they're getting a little tired.
Well, they tried to send away Lucas Spatal, and Spatal has it now behind the net. Kept in by Jason Robinson, who's pinching in, and Bertoli now has it in neutral ice. Goes up for Strobot, and finally Harmer controls along with Martin Galen. Elkinas ridden off the play as now they'll try to send away Whitchurch again. Foot race to the front, icing would be called before he got there.
In the East Coast League, automatic icing as soon as it crosses the goal line. And there you see Joel Irwin, who put a pretty nice hit on Jed Whitchurch. Jeff Brubaker trying to rally his troops. He's 2 goals down, 5 minutes remaining. There's the calm style you're going to see all season from Troy Ward. Diagramming plays on pieces of paper, instructing his players exactly where he wants them to be, especially defensively inside the zone. And Brian Regan, who for the past 8 or 10 minutes has not had much to do, has to keep his composure right now. He can keep his team in this game.
And it could be a long, long night as you get a look at Clash, the mascot. You know, Trenton Titans are home tomorrow night as they take on Richmond. It's an 840-mile drive back down to Greensboro, and that's where the Generals will play tomorrow night. So it's not going to get any easier for them. Back to the point, and it goes through.
They get on the bus right after the game, eat, sleep, wake up tomorrow morning, and get ready to go back to the rink.
Right now, a 5-3 advantage for the Trenton Titans with 5 minutes exactly remaining here in period number 3. And once we were thinking about that 4-on-4, 5-minute overtime, it's kind of far away right now if you're a Greensboro fan or a coach for that matter. Here comes Mike Hall across the line with Spadafora. Takes the shot up and into the crowd and out of play. So far, the Trenton Titans controlling the 3rd period on goals by Botker and Whitchurch. Good goaltending by Regan, and the score is 5-3. Trenton, stay with us on CN8. As we come back, our game summary, and Stu Botker of Trenton, 2 goals tonight, including the Hood goal to make it 4-3. 2 goals in 22 seconds in this 3rd period for Botker and Whitchurch, and Troy Ward in his home debut has really seen his team. What a great effort. Hey, there's Clash, who was having some fun with the fans tonight.
I don't know how much fun she's having. He's messing up her hair.
Well, chance to maybe relax after the head rub from Clash.
Greensboro just took their time out, trying to settle things down. Jeff Brubaker explaining to his team, under 5 minutes, you can only score 1 goal at a time. Let's go out and get 1 right now.
Well, you may see more ice time for guys like Joel Irwin, Olga Timchenko, and Lucas Smatal, because they are the big trigger men in this offense for Greensboro.
And Nick, don't be surprised if Titan takes a little more of a defensive attitude right now.
Well, here's a giveaway, walking on in, a big glove save by Regan. That was Mike Sylvia right down the slot, and Regan got a piece of it, and he holds on to this one on the follow-up as well. Well, now we're starting to see Greensboro put a little more pressure on and turn up the heat. They have to.
They have to, Nick. They have to throw caution to the wind. and it's going to be plays and it's going to be saves like Brian Regan just made right there. That's going to keep his team in the game. Chris Waltz trying to score. Here comes Sylvia right down the middle, being hooked a little bit from behind. Notice a piece of the right glove. Piece of the right glove as Vince Williams is trying to get a hook from behind to slow him up a little bit. But Brian Regan doing a great job covering as much of the goal as possible and getting a little bit of that left gauntlet on the shot to direct it wide.
Sylvia takes the draw and wins it for Greensboro. It comes back to the near point. Closing, Sokolsky rolls it in front. Here's the turnaround by Perna. That was blocked and cleared by Trenton on a crazy hop. It'll roll in, and it will be icing as Perna comes back to touch up. Well, as we mentioned tonight, with 3:54 to go, Trenton trailed 2-0. Joel Irwood and Chris Waltz started the scoring for head coach Jeff Brubaker's club, but then Stu Botker and Mike Hall tied up this game at 2. Benoit Moran gave Trenton a short lead at 3-2. It ended 3-3 in the second period, but Botker and Whitchurch, scoring 22 seconds apart, have given Troy Ward, well, what could be his first home victory.
And when we spoke to him earlier tonight, he said he was a little nervous. He said this is what he was working for, to get back as a head coach. He's here now. And hopefully if they can hold on for another 4 minutes, they'll have the victory.
Now, you don't want to see Trenton go into a defensive shell, but I don't think they have to take as many chances. They'll probably play it pretty vanilla. But you don't want to give the puck away like that to Mike Silva. Closing. And he goes into the net hard. And Silva is down and slow to get up.
Well, I think you're absolutely right, Mick. They're not going to be too offensive-minded right now, the Titans. At the same token, if the opportunity presents itself, and it very well might, only because Greensboro is going to press so much. Ooh!
That's what it sounds like when you hit the rails.
This is not an easy sport. This is not a sport for sissies. You have to be a real player to get out there on the ice and bang with these guys every night.
And it's tough for Brian Regan, too, because you see that guy coming in. You know you're going to get run over, and yet you got to keep your eye on the puck, too.
Well, yeah, but plus, if you notice, he kind of jumped and moved out of the way. If that was his own player, he would have went down and protected him from hitting the net.
Face-off controlled by the Titans. They'll wind it around and try to get it out, but it stays in. Timchenko on a backhanded effort keeps it in. Forbes winds it around, and it will come out of the zone. And it won't be far enough for icing. Generals have it. Greensboro trailing by 2. Trenton leading 5-3 with 3:14 to go in the game. As with a win tonight, the Trenton Titans will go to 3-0 on the season. Here comes Dwayne Harmer. Gives up for Timchenko. Has a man on the wing, but couldn't get it to Smetal. Now Smetal behind the net. Has a backhander in progress, trying to get away from Ian Forbes, and does. Lucas Smetal still fighting in the corner. Stu Botker trying to dig it loose. Dwayne Harmer has it at the point. Closing. Takes the drive. Oh, it goes just off the glove and wide. Now Irwin, good centerman, behind the net trying to tie up play. Smetal comes out, has it, gives it to Harmer, rolls it in front. Regan never really saw it, and it went wide. A lot of traffic in front. Bertoli lost his helmet. He's playing without a helmet right in front of the net.
Greensboro did a nice job of creating that traffic in front of Regan, trying to screen him. Shots were deflecting off legs. This is not for lack of effort from Greensboro.
Dwayne Harmer gives up now. And Robinson just winds around the boards. Can Harmer keep it in? Yes, he can. Harmer throws it in front. Knocked down by Jed Whitchurch. Harmer gets it back. Winds around the board. And there's Mike Silva. Sylvia gives up now. Sokolsky trying to keep it in. It's right there. Nobody sees it. Deep in the left wing corner. Stu Botker tries to send it on its way. Sokolsky goes to the net. A shot kicked out. Rebound. Redirected in front. Good job by the defense to get a piece of it. And the puck goes rink wide and out of the zone. Big hit here by Benoit Moran on Dwayne Harmer. That brought the crowd to life. And now we'll have icing.
Mick, I'm looking to see if Cale McLean comes out. Since he took that bump behind the net, he has not taken a shift since then.
A good look at
Benoit
Moran. Who leveled that big hit on Dwayne Harmer. And even with a 5-3 lead, We haven't seen the physical play stop. Another look at the hit here by Benoit Moran on Dwayne Harmon.
Well, he's got his guy lined up all the way, does a nice job, uses his shoulders and his arms, keeps his hands down. Clean hit.
Benoit Moran, 23 years old, out of Montreal. Big advantage in face-off tonight as the Trenton Titans with a 39-18 edge. Now I believe the Titans have called their timeout.
No, the Titans called theirs early. This must be a Greensboro.
Okay.
I thought Greensboro called theirs earlier, but that must have been a delay when they were having problems with the clock. This is a Greensboro timeout right now.
Well, hey, Titan fans, your group shouldn't miss out on Titans action this year, hard-hitting action in the 2000-2001 season, and you have affordable and flexible group plans available. No reason not to experience riveting hockey. Call a Titans representative today at 609-599-9500 for group plans. I'll tell you, if the action is as good as it is tonight, there's no reason not to come out. This has been real entertaining.
This has been exciting. This has been entertaining, as you mentioned. It's a good value for the dollar.
Pep talk time.
Oh, absolutely.
They'll meet 8 more times. 4 in Greensboro, 4 in Trenton. The next game will be here in Trenton between these two clubs on the 11th of November. Last year they went 1-1 against each other. You might remember Dave Risk winning it for Trenton in an overtime shootout.
Dave Risk, the New Jersey native from Morristown, New Jersey, is not playing hockey this year. He's decided to take a career onto Wall Street. We take a look at Troy Ward. Kind of has that Regis Philbin look with a tie and the shirt are the same color.
Yeah, he got dressed tonight, and the son said, "You're going to wear that color tie with that shirt?" He says, "Yes." Final answer? He said, "Yeah." On the face-off.
He didn't even poll the audience.
No, he did. Goes back to the point. Oh, just goes right through the slot area as the Titans trying to get it free. And now it goes right in front. Shot scored. Eric Sokolsky. Jamie Sokolsky on the doorstep. Drafted by the Flyers back in '95. Just nets his 5th goal of the season. He now has a 4-game scoring streak. Yeah, he's been the sharpshooter, but this time he comes in from the point and jams one home.
Boy, does that make things interesting now. You mentioned defenseman. What was he doing? He was in the crease, or right on the edge of the crease. Again, right-handed shot on the left-hand side. When the pass came across, all he had to do was put his stick down and tap it into an open net. Good work here. Pass across. Look at him right there at the top of his crease. Unattended. McLean is out there. McLean should have been tying him up. He was left all alone. Watch again as the pass comes from the side. One-timer, 5-4, 1 minute to go.
Irwin and Smetal get the assist at 18:54, and we have a 1-goal game with 53 seconds remaining, and now you're going to see the goaltender pulled at the other end as play is halted.
We'll have to go back now because the faceoff's going to come to center ice as Greensboro shot the puck out of the rink, and it'll go from the point where it first left the ice.
Well, if you're Coach Brubaker, this is all Jeff can really ask for. You're down 2, you got a goal, and now you can pull the goaltender with 53 seconds to go and have that 6th attacker out there.
And he's about 30 feet outside the net. As soon as Greensboro gets control, or as soon as they dump it into the Titans' end, he's gone.
So here we go, final 52 seconds, but the Titans control, and it's knocked into the zone, so Sergei Nomov can't get out.
The advantage of winning a faceoff, right there, Nick.
Pressure keeps on as long as the Titans can keep it in. Nomov can't get out. It's dumped back in the zone. Bertoli lost it, but it's deep in the zone, and now Nomov makes his way to the bench. Nomov comes out with 29 seconds to go. Bertoli bumped off the play. The 6th attacker is out there. The net is wide open. 5-4 Trenton lead down to 20 seconds. Time up for maybe one good rush and a follow-up. Here comes Olga Timchenko. Timchenko, long drive off the blocker of Brian Regan. Goes to the corner. Waltz winds it around. 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. And Sokolsky never got the shot away. And the Trenton Titans win it by a score of 5-4 in their first home game of the season. And yeah, even tempers a little bit testy as this game comes to an end. 4 win for the Trenton Titans.
Titans celebrate as the fireworks go off here in the Sovereign Bank Arena. There were fireworks on the ice, there's fireworks coming out of the sky, and we still have players milling around And we may see more fireworks on the ice again. As Waltz gets ushered off Timchenko and a few of the other Greensboro players.
Well, Trenton Titans go to 3-0 for first-year head coach Troy Ward, and a big night for the Titans, and also a big night for Stu Botker as he had 2 goals. One in the first period, also followed it up with a goal in the third period. And he and Jed Whitchurch scoring 22 seconds apart. There's a good look at Stu. 2-goal performance tonight, and the Trenton Titans win it by a score of 5-4 to go 3-0. Stay with us. Post-game coming up in a minute. Welcome back. You see the final 5-4 as the Trenton Titans win this one with a big third period flurry, and now they go to 3-0 on the season. Well, I'll tell you tonight, Pete Caggiano, the Trenton Titans really turned up the boost in the middle period, and they were able to carry that through.
Well, they followed game plan right to a T. They came out hard in that third period. They worked hard. They kept Greensboro away from the front of the net until the very end anyway, and they came out with a 5-4 win.
Also, as we mentioned all night long, the Trenton Titans really kind of held the upper hand, not only in controlling the puck, but in scoring chances and face-offs as well.
Well, they did a great job. Face-offs, they dominated, and when you win face-offs, you control the puck, takes you right from the break.
Take a look at our final stats, and of course that'll bear that out. You see the shots on goal, 35-25 in favor of the Titans. More scoring chances. They actually had more hits, but that was pretty even. But the big number, 41 face-offs to 19, and when you control the puck, as they did very late, you saw Nomoff trying to get out of the net. He couldn't get on the ice because the Titans were able to keep the play on in the Greensboro end.
They did a great job in that last minute, the Titans, preventing the goaltender from going to the bench, just dumping the puck down there, keeping the puck in that zone. Great job.
You know, also tonight, one of the things that comes to mind is Mike Hall steps up big, shorthanded, right when the Titans needed a big goal in that second period. He was able to come on and kind of took control. You mentioned at the very beginning of the show tonight how you needed leadership from guys like Mike Hall, the former captain, and he was able to provide it, and that really kind of got them jump-started tonight.
He sure did. As you mentioned, former captain. He's been playing this game a number of years. He knows what to do, when to do it, and his play inspired the other players. And
the one thing that you brought out very well is the fact that once Cale McLean went into the rails, he didn't return, and you sure would hate to see an injury to Cale McLean this early in the season.
Well, I think he did come out for one last shift. In fact, he was on the ice when Greensboro made it 5-4. But you got to watch. You want to protect your goal scorers. You want to make sure they're healthy.
Well, right now, let's go downstairs to Tom McCarthy, who's standing by one of the stars of the game. Tom.
All right, Mick, thank you very much. We're here with Stu Botker, who had 2 goals tonight for the Trenton Titans, as the Titans hold on for a 5-4 victory. And I'll tell you what, Stu, it got awfully physical out there in the second period.
Oh, yeah, it did. Well, that one scrum behind the net there, I think all 5 of us were throwing them, and I wasn't, but yeah, it was definitely a tough game. There were some big hits in the second period from both sides, and I think it was a good game. I
know Troy has talked about the offense, how he feels like the offense can react almost any time on the ice, and it's the defense that he wants to have working pretty hard. Do you guys feel that way, that the offense could, I don't want to say score at will, but could get some shots on the net?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say we scored at will tonight. I mean, we scored 4 goals, and they weren't, pretty goals. They, we were getting rebounds in front of the net, and our defense was good. I mean, if you give up 2 goals or less, most of the time you're going to win the hockey game. So, or I guess we let 3 in tonight, but just a late one. But yeah, I think the defense was playing well tonight too.
From a mindset standpoint, when the team was down 2-0, did you think that you needed to get a goal at the end of the first period?
It was tough, yeah. That was the first time we've been behind thus far this year. I mean, the first game in Toledo, we were ahead the whole game, and then the same with Wheeling. But tonight we got down 2-0, and it Obi makes a nice play here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good that we could come back. Show some character in the locker room when you can do that.
I was talking to Jeff Brubaker, the coach of Greensboro, after the period, and he said that let the sail out a little bit, let the wind out of the sail a little bit when you were able to score, because the momentum was on their side.
Right. It was anytime you go into an intermission down 2 goals and then get one or down 2 goals, and you're going to have a tough time coming out and getting the guys ready. But we were lucky to get that one.
Well, after the score was tied at 3 apiece, you come in and score the 4th goal for the Titans, giving them the 4-3 lead, and we get a chance to look at this goal. It was important because time was obviously winding down, so obviously you needed to get it into the net.
Right. I didn't do anything on this play. It was all Spatafor's doing. Watch this. He makes a nice move. Hits both posts, actually. And it's just sitting in the crease, and my grandmother could have put that in. So I don't know. It was a big goal.
Well, I guess you have to be in the right place at the right time, and that's certainly where you were at that point.
That's right. That's what you got to be there if you want to score goals in front of the net. It's a good place to be.
Well, I know that obviously you scored the 5th goal, which it basically gave the big insurance goal. But how important was it at the time when you were up 4-3 just to keep pressuring them the way you guys did?
Oh, it was great. I mean, when we got the 4th goal, fans got behind us, and guys get a little excited. And I think was it the next shift the guys went out and scored, and that was a big goal for us. Anytime you get a 2-goal lead with 5 minutes to go in a game, you're most of the time you're going to win.
I know we were talking to Troy before the 3rd period began, and he was concerned just about composure more than anything else. But you guys are veteran guys. You realized that you needed to stay composed. Sometimes it's tough, but to stay composed, and I think that's what helped lead to the victory.
Yeah, definitely. A couple of us in the second period got out of hand a little bit, and luckily they got out of hand too, and evened it up a little bit. So it was good. We kept it together in the 3rd, and we were able to pull it out.
One thing which people have been talking about with Troy, and I've even talked to him about this the last couple of weeks, is how prepared he is, how manicured practices are. How much did that help you tonight?
Oh, definitely. We, especially this week, practicing. We were battling all week, amongst each other. Doing 2-on-1, 2-on-2 drills and 3-on-3 down low drills and stuff, and that's really good. And his preparedness is definitely good for any group of guys.
How important is it that you guys had some guys from last year to lean on, playoff guys back for a game like tonight? Oh,
it's definitely good. I mean, Hall scored a great goal in the I think it was the second period. Mm-hmm. That backhand down the wing, shorthanded, that was a great goal. And Cale McLean, I don't know if anybody works as hard as he does out there. So those guys are definitely good leaders, and there's lots of other guys in the room too.
And you kept the crowd on your side too. I mean, they were into it from start to finish.
Well, I don't know, when it was 2-0 there, I don't know if they were behind us. They were getting a little rambunctious, but we definitely we got them back on our side.
All right, Stu, congratulations, great game.
Thanks very much.
All right, Stu Botker, our guest on the post game. We're going to get a chance to send it back up to Mick Mottinghoff. Right up to you, Mick.
All right, thanks very much, Tom McCarthy, and congratulations to Stu on another 2-goal game tonight. Let's take a look at our scoring summary, and I'll tell you what, Joel Irwin started things off, along with Chris Waltz. Stu Botker did make it a 1-goal game as the first period came to an end, but then Hall and Benoit Moran with those 2 big goals to give Trenton the lead after 2 periods. Temchenko had 1 go off his leg. That made the game 3-3, but then Botker and Whitchurch scoring 22 seconds apart, and really that put it away, Pete, because if you can get one goal and then keep on the pressure and get that second, well, good things are going to happen.
Absolutely, Mick. That was the stake in the heart. That took the wind out of the sails of Greensboro right there.
Another thing to really focus on tonight, if you're a Trenton Titans fan, and even if you're the head coach, Troy Ward, has to be your penalty kill, because Greensboro goes 0 for 7 on the power play tonight.
Coming into tonight, 8 power play goals. They led the league. Tonight, 0 for 7. Great job. And even if the 0 for 7, only 3 shots on goal for all those power plays.
Oh, to win tonight, Trenton Titans now go to 3-0, and now a chance to go around the ECHL and give you some score updates in the third. Louisiana, 1 goal better than Tallahassee. Roanoke, the next opponent that you'll see on CN8 against the Titans in November. Right now, a 2-0 lead in the third over Richmond. Augusta leads PD by a score of 4-2, and also in the third, Greenville is 1 goal ahead. And take a look here. You have a third period 1-1 game with Johnstown and Dayton. Johnstown playing pretty good here to the start of the season. Toledo leads Peoria 5-3 in the third. Also a 2-0 score in the third period for New Orleans over Pensacola. And 2-0 Baton Rouge leads Mobile in the third period. It's like they're a gas company or something like that. Trenton Titans, though, really turned up the heat, if you will, this evening. And a great home opener. And that only bodes well for the Titans fans, because you had a team last year that struggled to make the playoffs, went all the way to the conference final, and here they start off 3-0.
3-0, 6 points on the board. Troy Ward doing exactly what was asked of him. Came in a difficult situation, replacing a very popular coach, Cassidy, but he's done great.
Hey, don't forget, next game coming up on CN8, you'll see the Trenton Titans taking on the Roanoke Express, and that hockey game will be on November the 17th right here at Sovereign Bank Arena, so stay tuned for that. Well, now for Tom McCarthy and Pete Caggiano and our producers Sean Spurrier tonight, Director John Anderson, I'm Mick Mollinghoff, and thanks for joining us from Sovereign Bank Arena, where the Trenton Titans hold on to win tonight by the score of 5-4 to go 3-0 over the Greensboro Generals. Thanks for joining us this time around on CN8. So long, everybody.